I know a person who gets a lot of blame for his drug
Hunter
dependency.
Biden. No? Oh, okay.
Are we going there already? But I mean, I had a lot of sympathy for the guy.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Convosaries. I am Reg Travels.
And I am Trevin, the chosen one.
Hells yeah,
Welcome
everybody.
back.
Hey, everybody. I didn't know what to call everybody.
Hey,
I was going to say America, then I was going to say everyone, then I was going to say everybody. So, hey, all of you crazy cats and kittens out there. We have
Scary kitty cat.
a new president-elect.
Yeah, we got a lot
guys.
to unpack today.
We got to unpack some shit.
So, Sleepy Joe is official 46th president of the United States.
President-elect, for sure. For
Or
sure.
will be.
Yeah, assuming he makes it. Oh, I'm sorry. That was kind of that was off guard.
I had somebody the other day tell me that they think that Kamala's plan was to get him elected so that he'll just fall asleep for the last time and should be the first woman biracial president.
Won't be mad at it. I won't be mad. And speaking of which, shouts out to Kamala Harris, Senator and future Vice President Kamala Harris, for being the first woman, the first black woman, the first Indian woman to be elected to. Oh, and the first biracial person to be elected to, vice president.
She is also biracial. Shouts out to Logic.
Oh, yeah. I'm black.
I'm biracial.
Oh, that's what it is. I'm biracial. Yeah, shouts out to him apparently.
But yeah, man.
Let me shout out another first in politics here. We had the first transgender state senator elected in Delaware.
Okay, shouts out.
I forget her name, but shouts out to her. Hey, look at that, people! America, we're progressive now, or we're progressing, hopefully.
Yeah, I don't know. I just want to say that I don't care which pedophile any of y'all voted for. That's there. I said it.
Yeah, I want you to go ahead. Keep going. Yeah.
No, I mean, like, I'm a little bit. It's not like it's like when your parents tell you I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. I'm really disappointed in America right now. Disappointed in y'all, America. Shouts out to Bernie Mac.
Shouts out. And rest in peace.
For sure, rest in peace. No, I am, though. I think that they're the real enemy here.
Who?
The government in general, right? The idea is to have less government.
Okay. I'm trying to go with this. Yeah.
Even the Trump supporters, right? The whole conservative, the whole idea is less government.
Okay.
And I know that like Democrat is big government, so don't necessarily agree
really.
Yeah. They're all about like putting more regulations on everything, and I think
that's crazy.
I think that we've gotten to a place where both parties are just so wrapped up in their government is right.
Right.
And your government is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And we're supposed to be in charge. We're supposed to be running America as citizens and telling the government what they can and can't do with our lives, right?
That's what democracy is supposed to be.
We've come to a place where we're fighting with each other about what they say. We got two liars up there arguing with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you know what I'm saying? We're all in this together, but we don't act like it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But having said that and having my opinion, I do got to say that I was very intrigued, I guess, by Joe's inauguration speech.
Yeah, he's the president for all.
I thought it was very, very big of somebody like that to stand up and say, let's all work together and let's stop, I can say that he means it, because I don't think that he's 100% for the people either, right? I think he's corrupt too, but it's a step in the right direction, if nothing else.
I must correct you. That wasn't his inauguration speech.
Right. His
acceptance speech.
Yeah. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that won't come until
Listen,
January.
I'm not a political radio guy, so you should definitely not get your news from me or your opinions from me. But I've always tried to be objective.
All I know is Orange was ejected from the game. Orange was ejected from the game. For those of you who play Among Us, shouts out to Brandon.
Shouts
also,
out.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Brandon.
Heck yeah. One of our listeners.
2 days ago now.
Yeah. Hey, man.
Oh. No, I'm just saying at the time of this
I was going to say, don't tell him that I forgot.
You told him.
I know.
You just told him
I just
yourself.
did. I didn't forget, Brandon. I don't care what I just said 5 seconds ago.
But I thought that was cool that he came up and said that and is trying to, or at least outwardly, publicly trying to bring America together. I think we need to decide, it's like we're here to put the government in check, not the other way around.
Yeah. Agreed. That was the idea anyway.
But right now, instead of having the argument with them, what should and shouldn't be allowed for them, they're
Go ahead.
Like they got us fighting with each other, and that's just ridiculous. It's sad to see. It's sad to see people out there so divided.
What has old Donnie said?
What?
Donald Trump.
What did he say?
Yeah, I've been away from my phone and all that jazz this weekend.
Oh.
As I was on vacation, which was very, very relaxing.
I don't know, something about rigged elections and recounts and I don't know.
I heard something like, and this is a quote of him saying, if we count the legal ballots, then I'm winning. If we count the illegal ones and the mail-in ballots, then I might lose. And he was trying to say, like, stop the counting and everything. And people were like, if we stop counting, then you automatically lose. So he's like, nope, keep counting. So he's like, I want them to keep counting in the states that I'm
virtually no mail-in votes.
Winning in.
And so I keep seeing these memes like, where's all of my fucking, how come I didn't get any mail-in votes? It's like,
you told
all of your voters that it's illegal and immoral.
Exactly. Speaking of Donald Trump's followers or whatever, you heard of this preacher or this evangelist Paula White?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so she's someone. So you knew I grew up very, very Christian, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's someone that we used to listen to on like Sundays. It was like like a lot of preachers on Sundays. We just like watch on TV. You got like TD Jakes, you got Paula White, you got Joel Osteen, who was in our lineup. Yeah. So anyway, she's one of the ones that we used to listen to and watch on Sundays. Have you heard of her thing? She was praying for Donald Trump to get reelected.
Oh.
And she was supposedly speaking in tongues. You know what speaking in tongues are, right?
Yeah.
For those of you out there listening who don't know what speaking in tongues is, it's the holy language of like the angels in heaven and all that. So she was apparently speaking in tongues, calling angels from Africa to try to help Donald Trump get reelected. And I don't know if we want to play this. I feel like we can, but
if you are, the volume's like way up, I think, right now.
Good job for letting me know that. Let's do it way down here. And then let you see. Oh, that is not way down. That ain't way down at all.
Well, we're gonna. Oh, I didn't know the music was still on. I thought I paused it.
Oh, interesting. Now we know. But yeah, so she's like calling down angels from Africa. I don't.
And strike 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 until you have victory. For every enemy that is aligned against you, let
oh my God,
I
thought that was a super cut.
Strike the ground, for you will give us victory, God.
No,
I hear a sound of abundance of rain. I hear a sound of victory.
Here we go.
I hear a sound of shouting and singing. I hear a sound of victory. I hear a sound of an abundance of rain.
What?
I hear a sound of victory. I hear a sound of an abundance of rain.
You haven't heard Jack yet. Here it comes.
Of victory. The Lord says it is done. The Lord says it is done. The Lord says it. Quarters of heaven. In the quarters of
here
heaven.
We go here.
Victory, 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 victory,
She's going to speak in tongues.
For angels are being released right now. Angels are being dispatched right now.
Dispatched. So she's speaking like Arabic. Or some like dead language.
For angels have even dispatched from Africa right now. Africa right now. Africa right now. From
Africa right now. From Africa right now.
Your face, though. It's like...
What the f...
Yeah, apparently she was bringing angels from Africa to come help Donald Trump win the re-election.
Okay, are we done with
No,
this?
yeah, we're done at this point. So my question is, I'm Christian, and I still definitely believe in God and have a relationship with God. Now, my question though, for the type of Christians these people are, what are you saying now? Was it God's will?
Must have been.
For him to not get reelected? Because I know a bunch of Christians, especially on like Facebook, who say that Donald Trump was chosen by God. Now, I will argue against myself here and say that this, like, as far as being God's will, needed Donald Trump to show America what America was really like, to hold that mirror up to our face. You know what I mean? And then that's what got us here, but... What are you people actually saying now? Like, how do you think people feel? Like, I get so confused because, like, 1 minute it's God's work, and you know what I mean?
I don't know.
And the next minute, you don't get what you want. So is it still God's work? you see where I'm coming from?
Yeah,
though.
no, it is an interesting thing, like, that people do,
Yeah. Like I don't get that. I don't know.
But then, yeah, for a lot of Christians like that, yeah, it is God's will, and they might just say, okay, well, maybe there's a reason behind it.
Mm-hmm.
He works in mysterious ways. That's the famous Christian, like, I don't know what you'd call it.
Adage.
Like an excuse, like it's like a way to dodge a loophole. He works in mysterious ways.
Mysterious ways. No, I get that, but So go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say I'm not out here to bash religion. I'm very out. I guess you might say atheist. I don't know if I'd call myself an atheist, but I'm very on the side of science over religion. But I don't think I'd never. How do I put this? I'm not attacking religions.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those guys that's just going to come on the show every week and just try to convince people.
No,
I don't convince religious people when I'm with them. I'm just we all have different beliefs. It's fine.
I got you. I agree. But hey, this is God's will apparently.
It is fun to poke fun in God's will, poke holes in.
Speaking of God's will. Speaking of God's will, I love how you're so on board with whatever I'm ready to do
Did
here.
you see?
Speaking of which, of God's will, did you see that in Oregon, all drugs are legal now? Like all of them. I'm talking.
Yeah. Well,
coke,
decriminalized, right?
Yeah,
So
decriminalized. Heroin, meth, all of it.
It's probably still illegal to be a drug dealer, but it's we don't criminalize the addict side of it.
Which is dope.
I think that's a step forward for humanity, for real, for progress.
Yes, because if you have a drug problem, that doesn't constitute you should be in jail for x amount of years. You need help.
Some people really do
victimless crimes is what I'm saying.
Without understanding what they're talking about, they really blame addicts. And I'm not saying that there's not any blame to being an addict.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. You make conscious decisions, right? But there's a certain point where, somebody's just sick,
right,
and needs help,
mm-hmm.
and they don't understand that, But most of the people I see on the internet, Facebook comments and things saying "Oh, it's not a disease. You're just a pussy or whatever. You pull yourself up by your bootstraps," kind of thing.
Yeah,
are people that have never dealt with it. So. I know a person who gets a lot of blame for his drug dependency.
Hunter Biden. No? Oh, okay.
Are we going there already? But, I had a lot of sympathy for the guy because I knew his story. And, growing up, he didn't have parents. When he was introduced to drugs, he wasn't taught about drugs. He literally didn't know, that's not something you're supposed to do until he was just,
wow.
hooked on it, and it
Wow.
was his childhood too. So
Mhm.
like now as an adult, like he doesn't know anything else, and yes, he knows now that it's bad, that it wrecks your life, and that he needs to take care of himself and work on shit. But it's like he was given a bad hand.
Right.
You know what I mean? And other people are. You hear stories now about like stand-up citizens in their community who get hooked on these opioids because they don't know what's going on, like what's really in them. They haven't been told by their doctor,
Yeah.
and then they end up not being able to use enough to get the same effect, and they go through withdrawals.
Yeah.
And the thing about opiates is like opioid dependency syndrome is a real disease. If like it's a condition, if you're gonna say, for anybody that says addiction is not a disease, at least when it comes to that, I'm sorry, I'm kind of on a soapbox.
No, go ahead.
Real kind of relate to and am passionate about. Like I have a long history with drug abuse and things, but
Mhm.
I think when we're talking about opioid dependency, like it's a problem with your brain where you cannot function without it, and people have these crazy withdrawals when coming off of heroin that like you could die from like not,
Yeah.
you can like go into a
From
seizure
not having it. Yeah.
and like choke on your own vomit and stuff, and it's just scary. Like it's and sometimes yeah, there's the person who went out and made the decision to just try heroin for
Mhm.
fun. But there's also the guy that was an NFL quarterback that lives down the block, and he ruined his whole life because he hurt his back and his doctors prescribed him opiates.
Right.
Pretty soon they weren't working for him. He was getting withdrawals, and the doctor stopped writing his prescription. Heroin's cheaper and more effective, and you can get it on the street. You know what I'm saying? So, like, how do we get onto this?
God's will.
God's will.
Oregon, decriminalizing all their drugs.
I think it's really cool, and like I said, I'm not saying that addicts are 100% to blame, because there's a lot of shitty parents that are addicts that, choose a certain lifestyle over their kids and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
That is definitely something that should be looked at. But
in Amsterdam, I think they decriminalized or legalized all drugs also.
It wasn't like a while ago though, like a year or two or something.
Oh, this is longer than that, I believe.
A few years ago, 5, 10.
Possibly be making this up right now, but let's just go with it. No, yeah. So they decriminalized or legalized all the drugs.
But there's like clinics where you can like get
and go get it. Yeah, yeah.
Not
it's more regulated. Exactly, it's more regulated. Now, granted, the government is making money off of it, but it's the same thing with alcohol.
What would you expect, really?
Exactly. This is a capitalistic society.
Yeah. Money runs the world.
De-willed. It runs de-willed. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I just thought that was kind of interesting. And then New Jersey legalized, because they weren't legal. They legalized medical and recreational all in the same like voting bill cycle. I think who was the other state that did that? There's another state that did that too.
I think California has had mushrooms for a while, right?
Somebody just legalized psychedelics. And it wasn't Cali. It was somebody else. But Arizona's now recreationally legal. Well, shoot, we have 2 people in the White House now who wants it to be legalized nationwide. So.
Well, Donald Trump said he would do it too, but I don't think he cared enough. Like, he wasn't passionate about the subject.
No, he didn't care enough, yeah.
He's like, he didn't care. He's like, not that I don't want you to have weed, but I'm not going to go through a bunch of legal stuff just so you can have weed.
Right. Yeah, I can see that. But that was something that at least Senator Kamala Harris ran on about decriminalizing it nationwide or legalizing it.
We can have a debate all day about like what drugs should and shouldn't be decriminalized and what we should really do about that. But when it comes to weed, like, when you have a guy for like a little bit of weed and he's sitting in prison for years, and in a lot of places they target like the black community more, and you're likelier to get a heavier sentence for something as stupid as weed.
For sure. That's why, and that's one of her running platforms too, is to get all these people out of jail.
That's like a big part of the like black people being criminal kind of stigma. It comes from like a long history of systemic like targeting that community for whatever we could. And so Ronald Reagan is actually on record saying that like the whole war on drugs.
Yeah.
It was Reagan, right?
No, but I know which
Nixon?
one you're talking about. No, you're talking about Reagan, but the war on drugs was Clinton.
No, it wasn't. Reagan started the war on drugs, didn't he?
H.W. Bush. Reaganomics.
Listen, whatever, you look it up. But you know, it's just a way to arrest people and make money, like they make a lot of money off the criminal justice system, off of like fining criminals, and you have judges who get paid like commission to enforce maximum sentencing and things like that. There's a whole other mess of like corruption we could go into, but
yeah. Did you speaking of drugs, did you hear about Dave Chappelle's SNL skit? Not skit, opening monologue?
No.
Dave Chappelle.
I do not watch SNL. I don't think it's funny.
Does anybody these days?
I don't know, like...
It's just for the
not that funny people haven't come from it, you know?
Right.
But, like, the show, the format itself. I miss Mad TV. You remember Mad TV?
Mad TV was hella funny.
It was always funnier than SNL.
Hella
I don't
funny,
understand
for sure.
What happened.
You remember Mrs. Swan?
No.
I tell you everything. He look like a man. You don't remember that?
No, I don't.
That was so funny. Can they get away with that these days?
Probably not.
That's probably why.
You gonna get away with it? Well, let's find out
we'll see. Yeah, no. So what I was gonna say is Dave Chappelle's Saturday Night Live opening monologue talked about drugs and stuff like that. How I think the point you were about to make with Ronald Reagan and how he called black people like I don't know. I forgot what he called it, but something about drugs and stuff.
That the reason he illegalized weed was so that he could arrest black people.
Oh, dang. Okay, that's
like
more blatant than I thought.
Or I don't know if the weed was Mexicans and like the opiates were black people, but either way, he was like,
called us predators or something like that.
We could infiltrate their like their gatherings and have a legal reason to and arrest them all and lock them all up.
Right. But Dave Chappelle he mentioned a joke like that. He was saying like how they were talking about black people are all drug users and like all that stuff and crazy. And he's like, now who does that remind you of? Or welfare. That's what it was. All black people are on welfare and drugs. And then Dave Chappelle was like, now who does that remind you of? Talking about the stimulus checks with like a bunch of like white people in trailer parks and stuff. On drugs and like on the welfare, but he also talked about how he was thinking about his grandfather who was like a slave or something like that, and then he was saying how he wished his grandfather could see him now, like have his like a show with his name, the Chappelle Show on Netflix, streaming on HBO, and then this and that, and he was like. He would probably be like, dang, you ain't get a dime from it. You've been bought and sold more than I have. But it was funny like that. I did watch a couple of the sketches. I only watched
shouts out
through.
to Dave Chappelle.
Shouts out to Dave Chappelle.
Legendary.
Sure. Absolutely. Living legend.
Historical. So
that kind of brings me into today in Netflix since we're talking about that.
Oh, man. Beat me to it.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, well... No, we'll just talk about
we're okay. So we're going on. Well, it's technically Hulu.
Man,
because I know how you feel about Netflix. Now I'm
really sore. Now I'm really salty. Because
So,
I forgot about it, but my plan was to come in here and before you could get to it, I was gonna do a jingle and say today in Hulu would just cut you off.
Dang it!
They're
That's
like
good.
Hulu's motherfucking taking over. I know it was a good joke, but I forgot.
I completely forgot to do it. Yeah, no, so The Mandalorian, I've been watching it. Season 2, episode 2 is out now.
Shouts out.
Have you caught up? Have you watched?
No, I'm waiting for the whole...
You waiting for the whole thing to be done?
Because I'm going to want to binge it.
Yeah.
The first time I watched it, like, I couldn't put it down, so...
The episodes are longer.
Yeah, I don't want to be like.
Yeah, the episodes are longer this season. I think they're probably going to be around 40 minutes now. But the first season 2, episode 1 is like an hour long. Really freaking good. Have you heard any spoilers or
I
anything
haven't seen
yet?
anything.
I'm not going to spoil it for you. Just
Good,
know
don't.
that since I know that you really like Star Wars lore, you're going to really appreciate it.
Okay.
You're going to really appreciate this season.
Right on.
Seriously.
I'm psyched.
Yeah, already.
What else? Rick and Morty. We talked about that last
Yeah,
week. But
yeah.
Season
So it's
4
out.
is out.
Yeah. Terrence actually was like, "Did you know Rick and Morty season 4 is out on Hulu now?" I was like, "Trevin just told me about that."
You know what? And they took South Park off of Hulu. I think it's on like HBO Max or something.
Oh, really? Interesting. I mean, I never really watched it anyway.
But
so.
I did watch the pandemic special, and oh my god, they did not pull any punches. Shit was so good.
Nice.
I want to talk to you about it later because like, you don't watch South Park, so
yeah,
me spoiling it for you will be like me letting you watch it.
Okay, that works.
Because it's so fucking hilarious.
Yeah, because I high key don't watch it.
Yeah, no, we'll talk about it off air, so I don't have any spoilers for anybody else. But
okay.
This shit was really like, I was blown away. The thing is, because like they have always been like the most satirical thing ever, right?
Mm.
Like our parents said that it was garbage TV and just poop jokes, and they didn't understand like how deeply satirical it was.
Yeah.
Like every moment is a joke to them. Like every time you're watching the show and it's like in between two funny moments where you think there's not a joke, just some dialogue carrying you to the next scene.
Yeah.
There's secretly like some satire. There's something going on that you just don't get the joke. Like growing up watching the show, there was a lot of stuff I missed, and then going back, like it's so much funnier as an adult because I get all the humor, and it's all from like the time I was growing up, so it's all like relevant to the timeline.
There's a purpose behind it, a
yeah,
will.
Yeah, it's way more than just poop jokes and garbage humor.
Almost like God's will.
They're trying to like hold a mirror up to society, and it's fucking great, man. I've always loved. Shouts out to Matt Stone and Trey Parker.
Shouts out.
But also, they got a new show coming out that we should check out.
Okay.
I don't know what it's called, but it's deepfakes.
Wow.
Do you know what deepfakes are?
Yeah.
Where they like
porn.
No, they like superimpose your face on somebody else.
Not porn?
No, it's like a computer generated.
No, I know what it is.
They're like you can make a video of Joe Rogan saying something that Joe Rogan never said.
Right.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
But so they're doing that to make
I did hear about
comedy
this,
show, and I'm super psyched for it.
Yeah, I think I did hear about this.
But the pandemic special, for anybody who's wondering if they should sign up for, I don't know, it costs money, whatever they're on, HBO or whatever. If you're wondering if you should do it, if it's worth it, it's fucking worth it. Because as a fan of South Park, I was afraid that they would kind of like drop the ball. You know, I was afraid it was like we overhyped it. Because there was all the memes in the beginning of 2020 and the beginning of the pandemic and the beginning of all this racial tension this year and everything. That was like, oh, I just can't wait till the South Park episode about 2020.
Didn't let down or disappoint.
So having that like fear of it being overhyped in my mind and watching it, it still blew me the fuck away. It was so good and so funny.
Good shit there. Let's actually go to Netflix. Have you seen The Cabin?
Fuck Netflix.
With Bert Kreischer.
No.
It's his show. He has a show on Netflix called The Cabin. Fucking hilarious.
What is it
Let's
about? Like
start there. So he goes to a cabin. Right?
Is he just like acting in a show?
For a weekend. No.
Like a reality show?
Kinda, but no. He just has guests on. He just
a
has
talk show?
No, they just do like random stuff. Okay, so he's naked in every episode, okay, right? Like at the beginning of every episode, he's naked. One of them, he's like waxing his asshole. But anyway, so
good
he has.
For you. You should always. You know what? You
definitely
should
do that.
suntan your asshole. I
don't think he was doing that.
Hold on, now I have to fucking show you.
I've seen that before, but no, I was gonna say
I seen it the other day, and now I can't unsee it.
I'd rather not see it again.
Anyway,
he has other comedians and stuff come on, or actors. Caitlyn Jenner is on one of them. It's random, right?
Pretty random.
Yeah, Miss Pat, she's freaking hilarious.
I love Miss Pat.
You know Miss Pat?
Yeah.
What? Oh yeah, that's right. She was on Joe Rogan. That's the way you know her. But yeah, Miss Pat was on an episode. Oh, it was fucking hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
Like she was like, she asked because I told you Bert Kreischer is naked on like every episode.
Yeah.
So he has his dick out like when Miss Pat gets there or something. And she's like, Bert, why your dick out? You got the rest of your dick on layaway? Where's that? It was hilarious.
You ever listen to Joey Diaz? Have you ever seen him?
I want to say yes. I know who he is, and
he's like
I can't think of any of his
old
jokes
school New York Cuban guy.
He's on there.
Like bigger
He's
guy.
on there.
Is he?
Yeah. Joey Diaz. He's
like a cokehead from the '80s in New York. He's got the funniest stories.
Oh, he
I
does
think
have
he's
some
such
great
an
stories.
underrated comedian. I don't know why he's not so much huger than he is.
Yeah.
He's so fucking.
He's on the
funny.
first episode.
I discovered him through the Joe Rogan podcast.
Really?
Because they're good friends, and he just always brings them on to show people how hilarious he is. I'm just like, yeah, he's fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah, Joey Diaz is definitely hilarious, bro. But yeah, I recommend checking out that show, even though you hate Netflix.
I'll give it a shot. Have you ever seen that? This Is Not Happening. Is that what it is?
Yes.
I don't know if it's on Netflix.
Absolutely, it's on YouTube. I know
I
that
think
much.
that's yeah. Well, nowadays you can't find like just random TV shows on YouTube, so it's probably like exclusively, or it's just like out there on YouTube. YouTube's got a lot of like really like well put together shows now. It's like it's like a TV channel.
Yeah. Well, speaking of YouTube, you
There's
guys go out and like, share, and subscribe to our videos here. We appreciate
that.
Yes.
And
share them.
Listen on whatever platform you can. We're on all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, we are. What else were you gonna say?
I don't know, man.
Talk about my trip real quick
I
because
had
I just
something to
got
talk
back.
Oh, yeah, how was that?
I just got back, guys, fresh off the flight a couple hours ago. No, it was dope. I really enjoyed it. I told you I was super, super lazy
Yeah.
for 4 or 5 days.
I'm kind of really jealous.
Yeah, going to visit my
You're on,
friend.
like a real vacation.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
pools, big house.
Big pools, big house, big joints.
Big old doinks.
Big old doinks. Drinking from the time I wake up until
Oh my
the time I
God,
get
dude.
ready to go
I need
to
a
sleep.
good vacation like that, man.
Oh, dude, it was great. It was absolutely great.
But if I took any time off,
I know.
would
That's the
know.
only thing. I had a couple of days left at work, a couple of personal days left, and I'm like, I'm going to use these days, man, because I'm just going to grind through the winter.
yeah.
Speaking of which, I'm back now, and it's snowing.
It's fucking snowing already.
I was in Arizona where it was very warm. I think the first day I was there was like 90 degrees, something like that. But yeah.
My brother lives in Arizona. It's super. Shouts out. It's super
Shouts
hot
out.
out there.
Oh, it was nice for sure. And then I come back and it's freaking snowing. But
Yeah.
anyway, we got to do that winter
got it
grind.
good.
That winter grind.
Yeah.
Where you just like just work all through winter. Cause what are you gonna do? Snowboard?
I fucking love winter,
I'll do
dude.
that.
I love.
I'll do that.
We'll
a
go
little bit.
do all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Especially like for this vlog that we're putting together now.
True.
Like I just want to get out and do more shit.
We definitely got to go snowboard then.
I used to be a lot more into extreme sports when I was younger. I used to be into like
Mm-hmm.
skating and shit. Like I don't know. I've never really been snowboarding, but I've always wanted to.
It's fun. We should do it.
I just never really went out and did shit like that when I was younger. I was more into like drugs and stuff.
Well, you gotta, you got a vlog now to go out and do shit like that.
So now
you
it's
got a
like,
reason
yeah,
to.
we got a reason to go like film cool shit. So that's something I really want to do is like go do some snow sports this year.
I can get down the mountain now.
Yeah.
I can get down the mountain. I know.
You know what? I was gonna have this one be a surprise, but what I really want to do
Surprise, bitch.
is they got this in Ogden where I'm from. They have a standing indoor surfing wave.
Oh, nice.
Like you ever seen those?
I do want to do that. Yes.
It's like they're super cool. They have a Costa Vida like right in the same complex. Like they have a glass wall between them. You can like sit and eat and watch people
Oh, nice.
like lose their teeth all day.
I didn't realize you meant Costa Vida like the restaurant. I was like, what? They have a what? A
Costa Rica. They have a Costa Rica out there.
That's so dope, bro. I only know about 1 or 2 of those Costa Ricas.
1 or 2.
1 or 2 of them. That's all I'm saying. No, but that's dope. Have you thought of any other like activities that you want to do for the vlog?
Yeah.
Anything that you want to share?
Well, I'm trying to kind of shape it into something, and it's inspired by other things, but I don't want it to be too much like one thing, you know, because I think what's cool about a vlog is it's just like, you know, I don't have to write jokes for a show. I don't have to cut up scenes and, you know, redo takes and things like that. It's just like, hey, this is what we're doing today. I have a camera with me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't want to just like film myself being boring in the studio.
True that.
Editing videos or whatever else, right? Like, so I'm trying to get out and do more stuff. One of the people I want to give a shout out to, Ross Creations.
Shouts out to Ross Creations.
He's a YouTube vlogger. He's I think he's really kind of, what's the word? He's really like creative.
Mm-hmm.
With the way that
Never would have guessed.
the way that he does his videos, because he's a vlogger, and so sometimes like parts of his videos are just like, hey, we're out in the field doing something kind of whatever today, but then other times he's doing like cool pranks, but he's also not like, because I'm into pranks too, but I don't want to be like the YouTube prankster guy, because like, there's so many YouTube pranksters that I wouldn't want to associate myself with, because there's like a stigma to that now, because so many people have done so much like cruel shit on YouTube under the guise of, oh, it's a prank, bro, there's a camera over there.
Right.
Like, I was just watching this guy, Big Dawes TV, and maybe I'll have to show you later, but like, pranks are just cruel. Like, he goes into Walmart wearing a suit in this video, and he goes up to employees and tells them he's from corporate, and he just fires them.
I believe I've seen this.
They start crying, like, he's like, yep, give me your vest. He literally makes them take off, like, strip down their fucking uniform, take off their vest and their badge and give it to them and shit, their walkie-talkie or whatever. And then he like half walks them out, and he's like, oh, we're just doing a prank. And the mood to the video does not change. You know, like on Ashton Kutcher's Punk'd back in the day, they'd be like, oh, we're just kidding, it's a camera show, you're on a prank. And they'd be like, oh my god, that was funny, you got me. Like,
he just walks them out.
The mood did not change. He's just like, oh yeah, we're and then he like gives them $100 to, like, that's what makes him not a bad guy, is he gives them $100, and he's like, it's like, oh, thanks. I just thought I was gonna fucking like not be able to provide for my family.
Yeah, I'm embarrassed.
Lose my livelihood, but yeah, $80 is gonna fucking make up for it. Like, they just like, the people don't change their attitude about what's going on. They're just like hurt.
Why would
and kind
they?
of sad and not wanting to talk. And he's like, give me a hug,
and they're
like the first lady,
you.
she's still crying. She's like, why would you do that? And he's like, I'll give you $80 to hope you make your day better. So, you know.
Yeah, let's
What's
not
the
go
opposite
down
of
that
shouts
road.
out? Fuck Big Dawes TV.
Shame.
I watched some more of their videos too on accident, and it's just like the same kind of shit. It's just like, you know, and then there's the guys that go and do the fucking kissing in public pranks. Have you seen those guys? They basically like pay actors, like hot girls on the beach, and they go up to them. They're like, I'll bet you $50 something, and I'll kiss you. And then they just like have this like excruciatingly long makeout scene.
Yeah, for no
with
reason.
an actor, like, and it's just supposed to be a prank. I don't know. I don't get it. There's just so much of that on YouTube. I don't want to be associated with that.
Understandable.
And I think the best pranks are when you poke fun at yourself.
Yeah.
You know, that's why Jackass made it so far in what they were doing, is because they were always the butt of the joke. They didn't go out and embarrass other people on camera most of the time. Like, I'm not saying they didn't do some shit that's maybe questionable.
Right.
Because they probably did in all the years they were doing fucking crazy stunts and pranks. But I mean, like, that's what I think about Ross, is that he's probably got some bits that didn't age well from when he started too. But I think that his heart's in the right place for the most part, and there's a right and a wrong way to do it.
Right.
His videos, he usually like has he has a prank that's a piece of the vlog that he puts out. And so that's the style that it kind of inspired me. Like, I want to add a little bit of pranks, but I don't want my channel to just be like, okay, I'm pranking everybody. I'm a prankster. Right. Like, it's just kind of something that we have fun doing. But also, like, you know, sports, like extreme sports and crazy shit. Spoiler alert. If you've seen the first vlog we put out, we like had a skate sesh with our friend and did some food truck pranks. If you haven't, you should go see it.
I was in it.
Yeah, you had a little ass empanada.
Hey, get off my empanada, bro.
No, we have a new one coming up with, we went what I call land surfing. It's more like land wakeboarding, but it just doesn't roll off the tongue as easy. So we got on this big, long stretch of road. It was pretty much empty. We went really fast, like towing each other on longboards.
Right.
And so stuff like that, like
yeah,
we go snowboarding or do the indoor surfing thing. I think that would be really cool to
that
vlog.
would be cool.
I am a
indoor skydiving.
I'm a known jackass, so just other
Yes.
jackass stunts, whatever I can do to embarrass or hurt myself for views is always cool,
Yeah, I'm still like, okay, what? Yeah, let's hurt ourselves for views. What? No, but you got that, bro. You got all that, Trevin. I'll be there for the other
might not
stuff.
always be the most exciting vlog. Maybe sometimes it's just.
I'll always be there with the little ass empanadas, bro.
But no, hopefully it's something that we can keep doing because we just have like ideas all the time and projects that we start and maybe don't always finish. Or something else happens or something else is working out better, so we go in this direction. It's not that we would necessarily given up on anything.
Just trying out different shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
I feel it.
So I really like the vlog thing, and I think it gives me a more like natural kind of way to be on YouTube. It's just like more myself. Like, we did Johnny Johnson last year, and I haven't really done a lot of work on that since. But it was like I had to create a character. I had to write jokes. I had to retake scenes. And, like, that just takes a lot more work. I'm not saying I'm not willing to do it if it works, because it's a lot of fun still. But this is a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more natural.
Yeah.
And I do enjoy doing it.
That's good. I did want to do, if you don't mind, we're gonna go ahead and kind of wrap it up here. But I did want to do the Devil's Advocate from last time.
Oh.
Which, by the way, you people who listen to this show and watch this show on YouTube,
I don't think we should give it to him, Reg.
You don't think we should give it to him?
Yeah.
I want to do one just because I really want to do this. But yeah, you guys didn't go vote like we asked you to last time. Normally, we would not give it to him, but
I say we don't.
You say we don't?
Yeah. I say we wrap it up right here, and if you want to know, then go vote.
I like it.
We'll give it to you next week.
I like it. Should I give it to him again, like the choices?
Yeah, let's give him the choices.
Okay. All right. So your choices. All right. This is what we're gonna do, just in case you've skipped an episode. I'm gonna give you a choice between two different Devil's Advocates, and then you guys go vote wherever you can on social media or YouTube if you're watching it, whatever. Hit us up on social media. Let us know which one you want us to discuss next time.
Put it in the comments. Put it in the reviews. DM us if you email us. Convosaries@gmail.com. Make your voice heard.
All of the above.
And we will answer the question.
Here are your choices. Which is worse, traveling with a picky eater or a cheap friend? Or the second choice, that's not right. Or the second choice, you can only save one, your kids or your spouse. Which one do you want us to discuss? Find out next time on
Convosaries.
So we appreciate you guys for listening. We know it's been short. I've been on vacation, so what do you want, huh? At least you're getting one this week. We appreciate you guys for listening. We thank you for watching on YouTube. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button, and then press all so you can actually get our notifications.
Isn't that ridiculous? We have to say that.
Very ridiculous. Go check out our reaction channel, Convosaries Reacts. Search us on social media, Convosaries Podcast, on all of that stuff. I am Reg Travels on social media.
You can find me at The Chosen One on Instagram, and you can, if you would, go give us a follow at our parent company, Vision Media. That's VIZION Media 1 on Instagram.
That would be the number.
The number 1. Thank you.
Heck yeah. So yeah, and with that being said, we love the shit out of you guys. And until next time,
peace.
Peace.
Bitches.
Yeah.